I was the beginning of the diocese starting here, since 1993 onwards. So that time we didn't have any diocese here, any parishes here, we have only small communities here. People came from India long time before, since 90s, 60s or 70s.
Today we are here with Father Jolie from the Middle East, who is an apostolic visitator from the Middle East at the Syro-Malabar Jubilee Convention here today. Yeah. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And a few questions for you.
Oh, great.
So what do you hope to take back from this convention back to the Middle East for all of the Syro-Malabar faithful there?
Yeah, that is a very interesting question. As you know, I am appointed as the Syro-Malabar for the Syro-Malabar faithful in Middle East. That is a big country, Middle East means Arabian Peninsula. It is two parts we have. Southern Arabia and Northern Arabia. That means we have 6 countries over there. From the part of Northern Arabia, we have Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. And the other side, southern part, we have UAE. UAE means Dubai, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, Musaffa, Ajman, Fujairah, Al Ain, Ras Al Khaimah, all these places. And then Oman also. And it is very surprising. We have nearly 500,000 Syro-Malabar faithful over there.
That's amazing.
And we don't have any canonical jurisdiction over there. We are there under the Latin hierarchy, to say the Apostolic Vicariate of Northern Arabia and Southern Arabia. Now here, what we find is this diocese. This is the first diocese outside India, Syro-Malabar Church. We are having the first diocese here, and it is celebrating the 25th year. That is wonderful. So I was so excited to come over here to participate in this convention, and it is very well organized here. And I see how the families, kids, youngsters, and all these veterans all are coming together under one roof, and we are having this commemoration of the Silver Jubilee. That is really great. And what I take back, we are in the initial stage. We have the communities there, faithful there, but we are all under the Latin hierarchy. What we need is we have to educate our youngsters, our children, our families, and we should shepherd them properly. For that, we have in those areas, we have the Capuchin fathers. They are taking care of our Syro-Malabar faithful over there. But at the same time, we have to adapt much more practices and the liturgical celebrations and faith formation for all the Syro-Malabar faithful over there. Yeah. So that I learned from here, so how we are doing in this diocese for the Syro-Malabar faithful and system that we want to adapt there also.
Perfect. Adding on to that, what message would you give to the younger generations, especially as they're coming up and growing in a different environment there?
Yeah, that is also a challenging task, because, here in this land, we are all having the religious freedom and the personal freedom also. If you obey the rules and if you keep the laws of the land, you are free to practice your faith, and you can live your faith, or you can celebrate your life. Everything is clear. But in that land, it is restricted in that sense. We are not so free to express our faith, demonstrate our faith, propagate our faith. We can live our faith, but it is all in a controlled, restricted way. At the same time, when the youngsters, when the kids, when they are coming up, they must be nurtured properly, in the sense they should be given the direct line through which they must walk. All these things, we have to take some more steps for that. But we are restricted in that sense. But at the same time, if we concentrate on the families and the family life, we can, through the parents, we can motivate our Gen Z kids. That is my opinion. But it is not that much easy, because they are living in a different culture, different situations, where they are not having the religious freedom. So we are also restricted to give them the directions, but at the same time, of course, they should value the principles of life and the Christian principles which they should have to adopt in their life. That we can just motivate them. That's the thing.
The Syro-Malabar Convention is a time where we cherish our patronage. Then we also gather together to thank God for all the blessings we received last 25 years. We have grown a lot. At the same time, this also gives us the challenge to move ahead with a new vision. And we are training the younger generation, and we are assimilating the values of our own culture. And at the same time, we live in a different culture with different values. What we also should think about in the coming days how we can assimilate both together and bring into a fusion to grow together into a nourishing and cherishing community. And at the same time, we need to be together. And this is the togetherness that we celebrate in the Jubilee. So this is a very, very precious moment for the diocese and for each parish and mission. So we thank God for all this, and we at the same time want to go ahead with a clear vision, and we want to be together. We come together and we want to appreciate each other for what we do, and we also bring about our own talents to other people and we share them. And Jubilee, especially this convention, was a great moment where we all came together and we are sharing how we are growing as Syro-Malabar Christians in these United States. And I want to thank God for all this. And I want every youth also to think about their own roots, at the same time, the faith and the tradition that St. Thomas has taught us. That's it.
Thank you so much. Acha, what advice would you give to the next generations who are growing up in the Syro-Malabar culture and learning about our heritage and everything else?
Yeah. The Syro-Malabar has a long tradition of faith. Even the Western tradition recognize it and appreciate it. And in the United States, we know now, especially all the other Latin Rite dioceses also look into us, how we are growing. And they, many times, I also work in the Latin parishes many times, and I preach the retreats, so I know how they look at us. They always appreciate the way our youth come to the church. And I want to tell all the youth, continue, be rooted in faith, and always think about how you are going to contribute to the church with your talents. That's my wish, my desire for the youth.
I'm most excited today. It's all coming together, thanking the Lord, and then just examining now what was our life for the last 25 years. And this should give us a push to go for another 25 years for the Golden Jubilee. So this is a kind of a mid-path where we're all together to see how we have traveled and how we need to go forward together as one diocese with the clergy, with the lay people, and with the whole community. Stay together and hold on to the tradition, as we say, the four pillars: faith, scripture, tradition, and the teachings of the church. So these are the ones we need to hold on and then go forward.
It's the 8th Syro-Malabar National Convention, but it's a specialty. It's our Jubilee year and the Jubilee Convention. So everybody is anxiously waiting what is going on. So it is very important, and we are looking for good result in this convention.
Younger generations, they are all very excited because this is the Jubilee 25 years celebration, so they are all excited because coming together is a great joy, you know. So a lot of programs, going on.
This Syro-Malabar Convention happening probably 6 years after, and so this is a wonderful time to have a get-together from across the parishes in the United States, and this is I believe that there are over 3,000 faithful are gathering across the coming here, and they really felt that they feel that they belong to a diocese where which is originally coming from Kerala and now rooted in this land of immigrants. And this is a wonderful experience for every one of us to have a talk about different different experience of their life in this country, and how they develop and they practice their faith in this land. I know the younger generation, they face a lot of challenges here in the United States because they are born and brought up here, and they have their parents mostly speaking Malayalam. There is an issue in language, and also they have some difficulties in taking the they are living their faith here in this country. They feel some they face some challenges. That is, they live with their parents, and then when they go to the school, they see a different experience, and so there are a lot of challenges they have, and but there are a lot of young families, coming to have their own, they want their own, faith experience in their own language and their own, Syro-Malabar an Oriental rite, and so the faces and the challenges they face here, mostly, they wanted to, have an experience of faith, and also, and at the same time, from the team pressure, from the school and from the youth, they have most of the people, they don't practice their faith in the colleges, and so they feel challenges, and when they come to their own church, but they want to have a belonging. We are living in a different country, and where a lot of freedom is there, and then, but they feel a kind of belonging when they come to the Syro-Malabar Church, because that is where we are foreigners, in this country, but when they come to the church, they feel a kind of belongings, and they feel that they're part of a community where they practice and they are able to experience and practice their faith.